Here we are with Bo. It's our last day together. We came out to try to find some barking dogs. It was a fail. We couldn't find any dogs. Everyone's still asleep this morning. So we're going to go sit in front of the kennel and watch dogs come in and out of the kennel this morning and just practice being calm, cool, and collected, not being reactive, and just chilling. So some questions I get asked is, how long does he have to wear that transitional leash over the nose? All of these time questions are very dependent on owner and dog. It depends on how good the owner is with following the training program, and it also depends on the dog. Obviously, Bo is doing super awesome, but I know if I took it off and I started giving him privileges right now, he would fall back to his old ways really fast. So I usually suggest a month or two at the minimum, just so they can build a really good, healthy habit and really change that mindset. We're building good habits, but we need that whole brain chemistry to change. And so you need it for an extended period of time. So whether that's the bed or it's this transitional leash walking beside us, we want to really build those good habits. So at least a couple months. After that, I can give you steps on how to work up to having the leash off the nose, and then eventually even being off leash, if off leash is something that is wanted with him. He is very loyal. He is doing a great job. You can just see I'm just doing a few flicks now and again here and there as he gets a little excited. But in order to ever be able to move up and progress off of having the transition leash off the nose, you must always have no pressure. See how every so often he's still creating pressure? That lets me know he is not ready to move to having the transitional leash off the nose or move past that point yet. We would want him to always be at this nice, loose leash, creating no pressure ever before he is able to move. So step one is I'm correcting him. Step two, he'll start hitting this pressure and correcting himself. You see how he's not correcting himself? He's not on to step two yet. So step one is I'm correcting. Step two would be he's correcting. Step three would be he is just visually aware of staying right here at my side, so he doesn't need any correction. And then you're able to take that transitional leash off the nose. And then you just work through, use the same tools you would as if it was on the nose, and work through those three stages. You're correcting, he's correcting himself, he's doing it with no problem, and then you can start to work on some off-leash stuff. So the trick is knowing those three steps before you push your dog too far, or you're just going to mess him up and mess yourself up and just have to start over. With training is always like this. 1 minute it's going great, he's doing awesome. The next minute he's struggling, and then he's doing great and awesome and progressing, and then you feel like he's going back to his old ways. So training is a lifelong process. You're going to be able to give freedoms, like taking the transition leash off the nose or starting to let him off the bed. But then you're going to notice he's going to be naughty again, or he's going to start to digress in his training. If he does that, you're going to go right back to all of these boundaries to help him rein it back in, to help him come right back to the training. So that's why we're teaching you how to train the dog, not just training it for ourselves. It's really important for you to understand the whens, the whys, and the hows, so that way as he digresses and progresses, then digresses and progresses, you're able to sit there and help that training process for him. So we're just going to chill here and wait for some friends to come play. Another great question that was asked is, when can people come up and pet your dog? People can come up and pet Bo anytime, as long as he is in this state of mind. His bum is down, he's sitting calm, cool, and collected. It also depends on Bo. There's going to be some people that the dogs really don't like, and they're not going to want the dog, they're not going to want to be petted. And it's important for you to respect that. It's kind of like people hugging, right? Some people are huggers. They'll let anyone hug them. Other people are selective about who they hug, and some people are anti-hugging. You wouldn't make someone who's anti-hugging let strangers come up and hug them all the time, right? Bo has done really great. There's been no one that he will not let come pet him while we've been working on this. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to be selective when going home, especially because all of this is new. Where Bo was reactive for his owner, he is going to still have some of that reactive in him until the owner really shows that the training that we're doing here is the training they're going to do at home too. He's got to continue that process on so Bo realizes, oh, it's same. And it will make it go really fast for the owner because we've already trained here, but he's still got to put in the work and do it. So I would suggest having Bo around people and mingled in people. Go to Home Depot, go to Ace Hardware, go to Petco, but don't necessarily let everyone run up and start loving on Bo. Just let him be around them and understand that they're awesome. Not everyone's going to come pet on him. Not everyone's a threat. Not everyone is happy. Not everyone is sad. Not everyone is excited. Not everyone is angry. That people are just people. And then as he's getting comfortable being around people while with you, then when people ask, can I pet your dog? You're like, sure, come on, pet my dog. But he has to be in this state of mind. He can't be walking or standing. He has to be sitting or laying down. That bum has to be on the floor. So if someone wants to pet him, they can come up and pet him, but he's got to be in this position. The same thing for when he goes home today. Today's Bo's last day. He's going to be super excited and probably jumping and lunging and wanting to get to the owner. Depending on the dog, sometimes they can remain calm. Sometimes they have a really hard time. Before the owner is allowed to pet Bo or take the leash and us go on a walk, Bo has to be calm. So sometimes that means we do a lot of this patient sit over and over and over until he can put his bum down. Or sometimes that means we just have to go for a walk and the owner can't talk to Bo until he's calmed down. And then while we're on the walk, then he can put his bum down and chill out. But I don't want Bo to think that sort of energy gets him what he wants. He needs to understand this energy gets him what he wants. This is when people can come up and pet him. This is when mom or dad will give him attention. When he is jumping, whether it's excitement or anger, or he is barking, whether it's excitement or anger, he's not going to get what he wants. So it's important to realize this is what we're going for. People can come up and pet him anytime, as long as he is remaining calm, cool, and collected, and he wants it. If he doesn't want it and he keeps letting you know he doesn't want it, it's important for you to stop. Stop telling people, yeah, you can pet him. Just be like, no, he's in training. Not right now. And let him get comfortable with the fact that you're going to be around people first. Otherwise, if he thinks every single person he sees is going to come up into his personal bubble, it can trigger him to become reactive again because he didn't want that. So we want to make sure we aren't making our dog be who we want to be. We are helping them be comfortable with who they want to be and what we need them to be so that we can have a good partnership. But he may or may not be a dog who wants every single person to pet him. Though he's done really great at it, I could definitely see him being that kind of dog, huh, Bo? But again, that's up to him.
So here we have Bo. He's eating his breakfast over there on his bed. Here we're eating our breakfast. The kids are walking back and forth in front of him with food. Okay, we're all just getting ready for our day today. And you can see how we're trying to make everything good and happy happen on that bed. He gets his food on the bed. Okay, he's there. He's calm and relaxed. He's nice and laid down for us, even though there's lots of excitement with the kids getting ready for school and lots of excitement with the food that they're carrying back and forth. He is totally calm and relaxed on that bed and settling in really well.
Here we go. We have friends arriving at the kennel. And we're just working on being calm, cool, and collected. Hi, how's it going? She likes to walk herself, huh? And she's doing an awesome job. And Bo is rocking it. Miss Olive did really good over there. She was barking and jumping. She likes to try to jump up and snatch the leash out of the owner's hand. So that's what she was doing. And Bo's put here. Calm, cool, and collected. No worries, no problems, just chilling. How are you doing today? Doing good. He's doing good, huh?
So here you can see Bo over here walking with Jennifer. We have two excited little dogs coming in the car. can see Bo trying to push across. He kind of leans into Jennifer and kind of pulls across her body. You can see her kind of bump him with her legs just to make it a little bit uncomfortable for him as he tries to pull that way. You can see there he's pulling that way, and she's going to use the little flick or a tug. There you go. Just to kind of bump him back to say, hey, you've kind of hit the edge of your boundary there. Okay, so you can see he's very attentive and aware of those other dogs, but he's, for the most part, controlling that impulse and going over there or overreacting. You can see him kind of push into her there. So he's definitely interested and focused a little bit on those dogs as they come out of their car. But for the most part, he's keeping his composure, and he is holding it together here for us. And now the exciting dogs are out of the car. There's another car pulling in. Okay, there, she had to give him another little tug. Okay, so she's just using those flicks or those little tugs just to kind of redirect him to let him know that he's at the end of his boundary. And we've got another one. There. There you can see him kind of perk up and look for that other dog as it came out. But he's staying for the most part on that loose leash and following Jennifer's lead. Okay, and that's what we want. We want him to follow her lead, and we want him to follow her as the leader. Okay, she's going to take care of everything. All he's got to do is learn how to stay calm, cool, and collected on that loose leash at her side.
Here we are with Bo and what's your name? Lily, thanks. Lily and Ashley. Mama dog, that's right, with puppies. And we're just going on our walk here. Lily and Bo were doing awesome. When we first met, they both got excited and jumped. It wasn't an aggression thing, both were just super excited. Ashley lifted up the weight of an apple, had Lily put her bum down. I lifted up the weight of an apple on the leash and had Bo put his bum down, both chilled, and then we began our walk. And then we've been golden ever since. We just had those dogs that like to run up and bark at the fence at us. Both did awesome. We had some bike riders who just flew past us. Both the kids are doing great. You can see we're using those same 5 tools that I've been telling you about in every situation, whether it's the bicycles, whether it's meeting Lily, whether it's seeing Ashley, whatever that situation is, we're just going to use those 5 tools to continue to help Bo be calm, cool, and collected so that he can act appropriately and learn how to do it on his own instead of me commanding him to do that.